Hey, it's Ryan Stewman with HardcoreCloser.com, and I am one guy that's really not into sports. I know they're like supposed to be like alpha males and salespeople. We're supposed to be into sports, but hear me out. I have a good damn reason for why I'm not into sports. Stick around. Well, you know, people look at me all the time and they assume because I work out or because I'm physically fit that I'm into sports, and they say, or the fact that I'm from Dallas, that I must be a Cowboy fan. And it's not that I'm not a Cowboy fan. I support the city that I'm from and their sports team, and I may go to one game every year or one game every couple of years. I don't watch the games on the weekends. I don't know anybody that plays for them other than Tony Romo. I don't know anybody that plays for the Mavericks other than Dirk Nowitzki, and I couldn't name a single player on the Stars. If I don't know the players in the town that I live in, I assure you I don't know the players in the town you live in either, because I don't want to waste brain space trying to memorize people that are doing stuff that I can't. See, I can't play sports. I'm a businessman. And I wasn't blessed with like a 50-inch vertical to play basketball, or an arm that could throw a rocket or anything like that. My deal is I was blessed with intellect. So why try and live my life through somebody else? I don't want to be like an armchair quarterback where on Sundays I spend my entire day getting prepared to watch somebody else go do something that I have no control over. Instead, I would rather spend my Sundays doing things that I do have control over, managing my business, growing the things that I'm supposed to, spending time with my boys like I'm doing here at the park. And the truth is, it's not a jealousy thing, and it's not that if I worked hard at sports, but being somebody that's like involved in sports, that has good things. I coach my son's baseball team and everything else, but the truth is, when it comes to sports, it's like winning the lottery. Thinking that you're going to get paid to play sports is like winning the lottery. And focusing all your time, especially in your adult life, on fantasy football and all this other stuff, it just doesn't make sense to me. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't do it. I'm not saying you can't do it. I'm just telling you I don't want to waste the brain space on stats. Now, think about it for those of you that are extreme sports enthusiasts that don't bet, that don't do DraftKings, that don't make any money from it whatsoever. You just enjoy it, and that's okay too. But think if you spent that same time memorizing Tony Romo stats or Tom Brady stats or all these other things, and the time that you know about all teams and all numbers and all players. Think about if you understood real estate the way that worked, or if you understood in the investment market, or if you understood how to make your money grow, if you understood business, if you spent the same 3 hours every Sunday watching a football game, if you spent reading a book or taking a program or learning from a mentor or doing something to develop yourself other than screaming at the TV because the ref got the wrong call, right? So if you could do something better than that with your time, why not? Now, I'm not saying don't watch sports. It's obviously the #1 pastime that we have in this country, right? These guys are nuts. What are you guys doing over here, right? It's sports, and it's a lot of fun. But at the same time, we get a lot of you watching this, get the entertainment side clouded. You say, I know everything about the Dallas Cowboys, but at the same time, I couldn't name 5 of the top 10 stocks that are out there right now. I know everything about the Philadelphia Eagles, but I couldn't tell you what the number on the Dow is right now. That is, I'm not saying that you have to learn the stock market and quit sports. I'm just trying to open your mind to prioritize and understand why I don't spend my time getting caught up in learning sports. Sometimes, I'm not one for small talk anyway, but oftentimes people say, hey man, what about the Cowboys? And they'll name somebody. I'll be like, man, I hate to tell you, don't get it twisted. Just because I'm from Dallas and look this way doesn't mean I know anything about the Cowboys or sports. And I'm not trying to be rude or nothing, but I really don't care about it. Let's talk about solving your problem. And nobody's ever said, well, you're a loser because you don't know sports. Nobody's ever told me that. They say, you know what, I didn't hire Ryan or reach out to Ryan to talk about football, and he makes a valid point. Let's talk about my business. I don't want to waste the brain space on it. And more importantly, since I'm not playing sports, I'm not going to spend my time viewing something that I can't be doing. I would rather spend my time doing something that can make a difference for me, my family, my bank account, and everything else, and sports just doesn't fit that agenda for me. So again, I'm not saying that you shouldn't watch sports. I'm not saying you shouldn't do fantasy football. I'm just saying, what if you took half of the time that you spend dealing with that, watching Sports Center, switch it over to CNBC, reading the newspaper, the sports section, switch it over to Entrepreneur Magazine. There's things that you can do to where you're not as consumed with sports, to where you can add value to other parts of your life. You go to work on Monday and you know everything about the Dallas Cowboys, but you can't close a sale to save your life. Something's wrong. Have a great day.